A lot of my home life was moving around from house to house. My mom was a single mom. I feel like I had to grow up extremely fast. My mom had a boyfriend who had actually got us evicted from our house. When we went through that period, we had this boyfriend of hers. His daughter allowed us to come and stay with them. And this house was horrible. The kitchen, I just remember, had this green lighting to it, fruit flies everywhere. There was no other room because they were staying with the guy that owned this house. I mean, we would put our mattress down on the floor of the living room and sleep, and my mom was so scared because she didn't know this man and he had prior charges. She was so scared that something was gonna happen to me that she would stay up all night next to me and she wouldn't sleep herself because she was so afraid. As a child, you learn to have so much empathy. You watch your parents, you watch the emotions, and I had so much anxiety for my mom in that time period. And we went from there to the boyfriend's ex-wife's house. She reached out, she said, you can stay here, that situation out there is terrible. And that place was no better. So just the situations were horrible that we were in before moving into the shelter. When my mom finally had enough of that house, she reached out to Angelica. I remember it was at night. She called her. She had put in the application and filled everything out a couple weeks ago. She was crying and we were sitting in the bed, and I'm scared because, I've never seen my mom break down like that. She's always been like a rock. And she called Angelica and she said, I have nowhere else to go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. They're telling me I gotta get out. I don't wanna do this and I'm gonna lose my child. And she just broke down, and I remember just feeling that. And Angelica got out of bed and came and helped us load our stuff into this truck and moved us here. When we came upstairs, Angelica, this was my first time meeting her, she was so welcoming. She was so motherly. I will never, ever forget how amazing Angelica was. She brought us in, no hesitation, and brought us upstairs. And I remember she told my mom, I know that you feel like this is terrible for you to do as a parent, but this is the best thing that you could do is reach out to me because we can get you set back straight. And she said, this is not by choice what you are going through. This is just the path that God is putting you on. She opened the door and it was beautiful. The bed was made. There was a chair in there. There was a TV. I mean, it was beautiful in there. I mean, it was so homey. And to be in a women's shelter and it be 1,000 times better and more homey than what I had been living with outside of a shelter is amazing. They fill your time with activities so that you don't have time to beat yourself up and tear yourself down for being in the situation that you're in. Moving in here, one of the things is that you have to, a church of your choice, but you have to be faith-based. They offer parenting classes. If you're out of food, they have the pantry. You're never at a loss here. Some of the good memories were sitting in the room and playing piano. I mean, it was just, did I ever think I was gonna play piano? No. I thought people that had pianos in their houses were extremely wealthy and I would never touch a piano in my life. It was fun. And I think that's one of the bigger parts of what they do here is that they have so many opportunities. They had notified us that they were gonna be coming in to take pictures of the shelter. There was a set of refrigerator magnets. I had put Safe Place on the fridge because it was, and I wanted the pictures to feel as comfortable to somebody that is unsure in the place that I was when I was first coming in. I went to a non-traditional high school. It was project-based. And one of the things that they offered was Tuesdays and Thursdays, we were free to pick whatever internship we wanted to go to. And I chose the women's shelter. And it was kind of a full circle moment to to be on the other side and to be in the office when Angelica would have somebody reach out to her, and just the whole process. And it was really like healing to be able to go live that situation myself, but then also be there and aid in somebody's recovery. And I would consider myself successful today. You have to grow, and I feel like I grew from this. And that's what this is for. You're not meant to stay in the position that you arrived in forever. And I feel like that's why I'm so successful, is because I grew from this. I really genuinely think that if I wasn't introduced to so much light, my life would be dark.